Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the YouTube station identification of one of New Bedford, Massachusetts resident YouTubers. This is not MT. I'm here live in the basement. I'm not Ken Oberg, God rest his soul, and this is not MTV's remote control. This is WEML-TV, channel 77, episode 118, April the 1st. It is April. We are here on April the 1st. 2021, 12 midnight. Happy April Fool's Day. And guess what? And guess what? I finally decided to do something. I finally went out and got myself a girlfriend. Just kidding. April Fools. Ha ha. Well, that would be really funny. But, I don't have a girlfriend. It's April Fool's Day. I figured I'd try to get you guys. Probably you wouldn't want to fall for it. And as you know, in about 8 days, let's say, in about 6 days. 6 days from now, technically a week from now, will be NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. And as you know, this is the event center for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver in my basement here. So I'm going to have a little bit of fun giving you the PTW Wrestling Forecast. I'm going to make my picks and predictions of who is going to win what match. So, NXT TakeOver is for 2 nights. The first night will be on the USA Network and Peacock Television, while the second night will be exclusively on Peacock Television. And here we go. And these are the matches that's going to happen on night 1. All right, let's run down the card once again. This is what happens on night 1. The NXT Women's title on the line. Io Shirai defends against I won't say Giant Gonzalez, Raquel Gonzalez. Why did I say Giant Gonzalez, man? No. NXT Tag Team titles, the vacant belts will be on the line in a triple threat. MSK versus the Grizzled Young Veterans versus Legado del Fantasma. The NXT UK Championship will be on the line. Walter to defend against Tommaso Ciampa. The Gauntlet Eliminator match, number 1 contender for the North American Championship, Leon Ruff versus Isaiah Squirt Scott versus Bronson Reed versus Cameron Grimes versus Dexter Lumis versus LA Knight. Pete Dunne goes one-on-one with Kushida. Will be a heck of a matchup. Night 2 goes the NXT title on the line. Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross. The NXT Cruiserweight title will be on the line in the unification ladder match as Jordan Devlin goes up against Santos Escobar. The NXT Women's Tag title will be on the line as Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart, nicknamed themselves the Fire Pit, goes up against the Ways, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell. And the North American title on the line, Johnny Gargano to defend it against the Gauntlet Eliminator winner. And there's an unsanctioned match, O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, baby. We're talking. Okay, Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez. I don't need to say anything. Io Shirai's fearlessness has really gotten her that championship. So I say Io Shirai will retain. MSK, Grizzled Young Veterans, and Legado del Fantasma. I think the Grizzled Young Veterans, who have been 2 times runner-up, 2-time runner-up in the Dusty Classic for 2 years in a row, they're getting sick of it. And I think the Grizzled Young Veterans, even though MSK's got a future, but the Grizzled Young Veterans is going to do whatever it takes to win those belts, and they're getting sick and tired playing second fiddle, and they'll probably be the champs. Walter versus Ciampa. I suspect that Walter will retain, and I think Timothy Thatcher's treachery will be in full swing if he joins up with Imperium. And will Kelly and Dane be part of it too? That's another question, because Alexander Wolf's trying to get both of them. All right, the Gauntlet Eliminator matchup. I'm going to go. It's one between Lumis and Knight. I am hoping that Lumis comes out the victory, Dexter Lumis. And Pete Dunne versus Kushida. I think Dunne's going to win this one. I think Pete Dunne's going to win this one. All right. Balor versus Cross. I see Karrion Kross become the new champ again. Devlin versus Escobar. Devlin will go night 2. Karrion Kross will win. Devlin will be the undisputed cruiserweight champion. And I got a hunch that Moon and Blackheart are going to retain the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship. That's what I'm thinking. And Johnny Gargano versus Gauntlet Eliminator match. I predicted Lumis is going to win. So if Lumis wins, I pick Lumis to be the new champ. And O'Reilly and Adam Cole. This one's going to be a tough one. And I think Roderick Strong's going to get somehow involved in this. But giving Cole the victory, I think. So that's my predictions right there. If you want to see my predictions once again, who I think is going to win. I picked Io Shirai over Raquel Gonzalez. The Grizzled Young Veterans over MSK and Legado del Fantasma. I picked Walter over Ciampa. I picked Loomis winning the Gauntlet Eliminator matchup. I picked Pete Dunne over Kushida. And I picked Cross over Balor. Cross becomes the champ. Devlin will be the undisputed Cruiserweight champ. Unified Cruiserweight champion. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart will retain their titles over the Ways, LeRae, and Hartwell. Dexter Loomis, I told him he was going to win the Eliminator matchup. He goes on to beat Gargano for the title, a North American title. And Adam Cole will pick up a victory over Kyle O'Reilly. And that's the way it stands right now. And as you know, April 13th, 12 days from now, the woman currently known as Taya Valkyrie at the moment will make her NXT debut, the NXT after WrestleMania, the NXT after TakeOver Stand and Deliver. So these are my picks to study. These are my picks. I'm picking these people to win their matches. And that's the way it stands right now. If there's any other NXT matches added to the card, I'll let you know. I'll talk about them. I'll probably check out the pre-show. And we'll go from there. Okay? So this is where we stand. This is where my PTW Wrestling Forecast comes into play. NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. Night 1 and Night 2. 5 matches each. 10 matches total. Too big for one night? Get 2 nights. And a lot of fun. Oh, technically 3. You can get LA Knight in there. Yeah. So, and I'll tell you what. I'll talk a little bit about AEW. I killed some time here. I got 3 minutes to do so. Man, I was reading the tweets of people who were watching AEW, and the Inner Circle came back and started busting up the Pinnacle. And the funniest part about that was MJF getting a freaking swirly in the toilet by Jericho. Chris Jericho is the man. I don't care what anybody else says. I like Chris Jericho. He's funny, he's entertaining, and he knows how to kick butt. And he gave MJF a swirly. I was so happy that somebody finally got that punk kid what he deserves. And that punk kid deserves a swirly. After being mean to all the people on social media, after being mean to everybody else, and being mean on the camera, he finally got what he deserved. And thank you, Lord, for Chris Jericho. He gave MJF a swirly. I was so happy when he did that. That was the most awesome thing I've ever seen. And I was really thrilled. I'm really thrilled about that. Chris Jericho, I am an Inner Circle fan. I can't wait to see what you're going to... I cannot see what the Inner Circle is going to do next to the Pinnacle. I got some respect for Tony Blanchard, but MJF deserves that swirly. He deserves that swirly. Oh, my goodness me. He deserves that swirly. Let me tell you. He deserves a swirly, and believe me, I would have punched him and put him in. I would have punched MJF a little bit more and just stick his head a little bit more and flush the toilet, man. Oh man, that was great. That was the most wonderful thing. I mean, the Pinnacle got busted up by the Inner Circle. They kicked the Pinnacle's butt. This is going to be a war. This is going to be a faction war. Now, there's a lot of factions in AEW. I'm thinking, I'm looking back, and it reminds me of the WWE Attitude Era in 1997. They had all factions. They had the Hart Foundation, the Nation, Los Boricuas, and Los Boricuas and Disciples of the Apocalypse, and the Truth Commission. There was a lot of factions in the WWE back then. I don't know why everybody's complaining about it. Look at the factions that happened in the WWE. At least they're organized. QT Marshall betrayed the Nightmare family along with three of the students from that group. Aaron Solo, the former fiance of Bailey. Anthony Ogogo was a bronze boxing champion in the Olympics. And Nick Camarado, who used to be part of NXT, they beat the snot out of the Nightmare family. And QT Marshall was heading the whole thing and the beatdown continued. They were about to destroy Cody Rhodes until Red Velvet came in and stopped the whole thing. And who knows for sure what will happen next. it will be something to behold. And I think that's going to be Aaron Solo after being insulted by Aubrey Edwards, Kip Sabian, and Nyla Rose, Vicky Guerrero, the rest of the people for calling him an extra. They won't call him an extra now anymore. You insulted him. You made him angry. He was about had enough. And guess what? Disrespect him again, you might get yours. So Sammy Guevara, good job of that. Arcade Anarchy was crazy. Saw the return of Chris Statlander and Trent in that matchup against Miro and Kip Sabian with Penelope Ford. Chris Statlander kept Penelope Ford at bay, and basically Miro, Kip Sabian, and Trent and Orange Cassidy were beating the snot at each other with video games, kendo sticks, jumping off Mortal Kombat arcades, and all that crazy stuff, man. It was crazy to say the least. And you got Team Taz also in AEW as well. They say things are fine in Team Taz, and it looks like Ricky Starks and Brian Cage are at odds. You got Matt Hardy in his Matt Hardy factory office, I think money office, and it's crazy. It is so crazy right now. AEW's got all these factions, and I'll tell you what, man. It's like WWE 1997 all over again. So that's what it reminds me of. But hey, they're trying to make AEW good again. So good. So between them and NXT, who knows what's going on? There's a lot of craziness going on in wrestling today. As you know, starting April the 13th, NXT's moving over to Tuesdays. Impact Wrestling's moving from Tuesdays to Thursdays. So you got Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night NXT, Wednesday Night AEW, Thursday Night Impact, Friday Night SmackDown. Wrestling on each day of the week. That's going to be something. That way everybody can watch. I can watch all of them, compare, get notes, take notes. I'll probably do an event center for Impact Wrestling and AEW. Wouldn't that be a thing? So I'm thinking about that. So it'll be I figure add that to the mix, and we're gonna be good and we're ready to go. And I'll kind of be looking forward to it. So that is it. That's all the time we have on the show for my PTW Wrestling Forecast for NXT TakeOver Stand and Deliver. And I am very thankful for that. And so I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you like this video or any other videos, please click on that bell and subscribe and press like. Give it a thumbs up and click on the bell to get more notifications of episodes. Tell all your friends, tell everybody you know. If you're a wrestling fan or a sports fan like myself, or a wrestling fan, sports fan, video games fan, and game show fan, I bring all that here. And I talk about what my thoughts are in life, so to speak, and I try to stay away from some of the there's very delicate subjects out there. I'm trying to stay away from politics and religion are two of them, and online drama between friends and family. I don't talk about that anymore. So I am still sticking with the entertainment portion of it. So I will see you guys later on episode 119 of WEML-TV channel 77. Peace and have a wonderful night. And I'll probably still stay up on this computer doing something stupid. Not really. I'm just going to serve the net one more time. I'll probably get some sleep and wake up. Like I said, my philosophy in taking vacations or getting the weekends off: sleep in late, stay up late. Peace. Good night, everybody.